Everyone keeps asking the same question right now. What is actually happening to the UK housing market? Because nothing seems to make sense. You hear that prices are falling, then you hear demand is strong, then mortgage rates suddenly go back up again. So which is it? Is the market crashing or just holding up? The truth is, it is doing neither. The UK property market is starting to freeze in my view. And once you understand why, you will see the whole market very differently. A few weeks ago, things were actually improving. Mortgage rates were coming down, buyers were starting to return, confidence was slowly rebuilding. It looked like 2026 might finally be a recovery year. Then everything changed. The Bank of England held rates at 3.75%. Now that sounds neutral. Nothing changed, right? Wrong. Because in property, what matters is not just what happens, it is what people expected to happen. And the expectation was that rates would fall. When that didn't happen, the entire direction of the market shifted. Now, here is the part most people miss, and this is quite important. Mortgage rates don't directly follow the Bank of England base rate. They are actually driven by the bond market, more specifically, government bond yields and swap rates. Think of it like this. Lenders are not just reacting to today's rate. They are pricing mortgages based on what they think rates will be in the future. And those expectations are set by financial markets. So when uncertainty increases, like what we are seeing right now with energy prices and global tensions, bond yields rise. When bond yields rise, swap rates rise. And when swap rates rise, mortgage rates go up, even if the Bank of England does nothing. And this is why the housing market reacted so quickly. Because what matters is not the base rate itself, it is the cost of borrowing in the real world. And that has gone up. Let me make this real. A small increase in mortgage rates today can easily mean paying over £1,000 more per year on the same loan. Same house, same buyer. More money every single month. That one change forces people to rethink everything. Do I still buy? Do I offer less? Or do I simply wait? That hesitation is what is spreading through the market right now. Now here is where it gets really interesting. Demand hasn't disappeared. People still want to move. Life doesn't pause for interest rates. People still need more space. They still relocate for jobs. They still go through life changes, right? So the demand is still there. But it's weaker, more cautious, more selective, and the data backs this up. Buyers' inquiries are down about 13%, but actual sales only down about 2%. That gap is everything. It tells you that people are not gone, they are just unsure. They are taking longer, thinking harder, negotiating more aggressively. At the same time, supply is rising. There are more homes on the market right now than at any point in over a decade here in the UK. So buyers suddenly have options, right? So when buyers have options, power shifts. They do not need to rush. They can compare. They can wait, right? They can push for better deals. This creates a very specific type of market. Not a crash, not a boom, a standoff. And here's the key insight. The market is stuck between two realities. Sellers are still thinking in yesterday's prices, buyers are calculating with today's costs. And those two numbers don't match anymore. That gap is where the freeze happens. Homes do not sell quickly, they simply sit. Then they reduce, often by 5%, sometimes by 10%, not because the market collapsed, but because the price was wrong for today's conditions. So prices are not crashing, they are just adjusting, gradually, quietly, one deal at a time. Now here is another shift that most people are not paying attention to. What buyers actually want is changing. Energy costs are now a major factor. Homes that are expensive to run are becoming less attractive. Large older properties, poor insulation, high heating costs, for instance, these are becoming harder to sell, understandably. At the same time, efficient homes are gaining attention. Solar panels, heat pumps, lower running costs. These features are no longer just nice extras, they are starting to influence value. So now you have another layer of complexity. It is not just about location anymore, it's about costs to live in the property. And then there's a split within the market itself. Not all areas are behaving the same. At the top end, especially in central London, prices have already been falling, in some cases close to 5% over the past year. Country houses have seen even bigger drops, but in more affordable areas, demand is still holding up, especially where buyers feel they are getting value. So you do not have one market right now. You have multiple markets moving at different speeds. Now let's bring this all together. Demand still exists, supply is rising, affordability is tightening, confidence is fragile. That combination doesn't create a crash in my view, but it does create friction. It creates hesitation. It creates a market that feels slow and unpredictable. So this is the part most people misunderstand. They are waiting for a dramatic moment, a big drop, a clear signal. But this is not how this plays out. Instead, what you get is something much more subtle. Longer selling times, more negotiations, more price reductions, more uncertainty. And that is why it feels confusing. Because depending on where you look, the story changes. Some homes sell quickly, others sit for months. Some buyers move confidently, others step back completely. But underneath all of this, the same force is driving everything: uncertainty. Until mortgage rates stabilize, buyers will stay cautious. Until buyers feel confident, sellers will struggle to push prices. And until that gap closes, the market stays stuck. So the real takeaway is this: the UK housing market isn't crashing, it's not recovering either, it's just frozen in place. And here's the opportunity. Most people focus on headlines, but the real advantage, in my view, comes from understanding what is really happening underneath. Because in a frozen market, opportunities don't simply disappear, they shift. They appear in that particular gap between what sellers expect and what buyers are willing to pay. And if you can see that gap clearly, you are no longer reacting to the market. You are positioning yourself within it. And this is where the real advantage is right now. Not in predicting what happens next, but in understanding what is happening right now. Because this phase doesn't last forever. And when it moves again, it will move quickly. Until next time, all the best.